And volume.
Cannonball!
Boom. Woo!
Yeah. Today's a special one, isn't it, Coach?
It's always special. I'm with you.
Who was that sitting next to you?
I don't know. I met her outside. She's out there panhandling. I'm like, hey, child, what's wrong with you? Are you hungry? Come on up to the studio. Yeah.
It's Miss Mattie Camp.
Yeah, Mattie Camp. We've talked about her. I've heard her name once.
We've never mentioned it.
Never? Oh,
Never.
maybe it was a different name. Could have been a different name. Yeah.
Or Alicia.
Oh, I remember her. Alicia
Is that
Camp.
Alicia sitting over there?
Oh, that
behind
is
the
her. A
camera?
special guest in the studio. Hey, girl.
So we were eating lunch
Yeah.
at Windy City, and somehow we talked her into coming on with us.
Caught her in an off moment. Yeah, she's not slept a lot or something. How's it going, girl?
Good.
Very insightful. Nice. All right, man. Look what we're doing.
So
We're growing the family.
So I know you and I have tons of stuff we want to talk about.
So many.
But we're not going to torture Mattie forever.
Why?
10 minutes maybe, right?
Okay.
So now we got to drill her with uncomfortable questions.
Ooh, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? See? Already uncomfortable. So easy, man.
Go into the mic. Say
Yeah,
how-
talk to.
What do you want me to say?
How old are you?
Oh, 14.
Oh, there we go. You got a birthday coming up, don't you?
Yeah.
So what's your plans for your birthday?
I don't know. Maybe a party.
That is her favorite thing to do. I'm so glad you did that.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, like at the house, her mom will ask
Oh,
something or say, why didn't you do such and such? And she'll
There
be,
you go.
and then she'll be like, I don't know, won't. So that is a very good
Well, I
comeback.
just realized her headphones were all the way down.
That's a lot. The explosion.
That's a new one, brother.
There it is. I do like that one. That's how I feel whenever I wake up in the morning. It's like, let's go.
So you play softball, right?
Yes.
Your dad says you're a great pitcher.
He lied.
Are you a better pitcher or batter?
Batter.
And then fielder. How are you at fielding?
I don't really know.
You're pretty good. She caught last night. She's not been a catcher.
Oh, I
She
have
did
my
great.
story about
I
catcher.
know. We talked about that and how you had trouble. Which way does the cup go?
Stay away from catching.
Yeah, it is tough sometimes.
Stay away.
Did you ever figure out the cup thing? Okay, never mind.
Story
Crickets.
that's not G-rated conversation.
That's all right. She knows about cups.
So what's your favorite position to play?
I like first base.
I got my first base story too. Remember
You
when
do have the first base
when
story.
I got hit in the face?
Yeah. My goal is to keep the boys from making it to first base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to keep that to a minimum.
That's more like this.
That's Kamala Harris. We have her in the other room, actually. So
She laughs so loud we can hear her from across the hall.
so loud. We have to share a mic. Okay, so in case you're wondering, it's like to pass the mic, pass the mic. It's a talk, pass. Different than puff. All right, so coming up here today, did you know what that meant? That's an interesting reference. All right, ninth graders are advanced. Here we go. So you didn't know you were coming in here today, and you didn't know what we were going to talk about. Frankly, I didn't either.
Mm-hmm. Do you love your dad?
Oh, here we go.
I'm putting you on the spot because I know how you usually answer this.
He's okay.
Oh.
Where's the womp womp?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I know. It should be like this. This is how I
Pay attention, girl.
My kid's 15. Man, we are just like we are best friends.
Why is that not happening in our relationship?
Dad, love you, Dad. Love you, Dad. Probably 10 times a day. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You do know. You're jealous.
Are you embarrassed by your dad?
Yes.
Oh, quick on that one.
What is embarrassing about me? I've looked in the mirror all the time, and I'm like, this dude's got it going on.
Because you're loud.
That's not true.
We all know this.
I am not loud at all. I'm very quiet, actually. I was, thank you. I actually was voted in my senior class, my first one, not my second senior class, but my first senior class, I was voted most likely to be a librarian.
Right. And they were on drugs when they said that.
That may not be true. So what do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to be a ultrasound tech.
Very specific. I like that.
That's very specific. It's what her mom's been.
What's your 5-year plan after your master's degree?
What's a master's degree?
So golf.
My mom wants me to do golf.
Really?
Yeah, she wants you to eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches too. I mean, there's a lot of things that's probably not going to ever happen in your life.
Have you ever played golf, Coach?
Okay, so have I been on a golf course with a golf club and a golf cart? Answer is yes.
Okay, then you.
What I did would probably not qualify as playing golf.
Have you ever done like the driving range?
Oh, I've done stuff. I've done things. Yeah, it's not very good. I'm really good at putt-putt, though.
Yeah.
If you suck,
I
I'm
have
good.
not done that in so long.
Then I could whoop you.
You can get it right in the clown's mouth every time.
Hey, so quick story about that. Do you mind? Because you can validate this. This is why it come up to me. So we're in Florida. Have you ever been there?
Yes.
It's a state.
Yep.
South of here. So we're in Florida, and we had our exchange student with us, Andressa Fernanda Barbosa da Silva Albuquerque. That's her whole name. She's got 5 of them. It's a true story. And so she's with us, and we're playing putt-putt. Well, Andressa only knows one thing. All out. That girl was driving the putt-putt ball. She's like, wham! And the ball just flying. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
That girl can hit a ball. I'm
Nice.
like, take the putter to the green and just drive it off the tee.
This is how good I am. Years ago, had that big driver, boom, and hit the ground before the ball, and it broke and flew out in the field. That was nice. I had to go back to the clubhouse, be like, hey, hand him.
And they're like,
It's
man, he's got
broken.
a bad anger. He's an angry guy. Did you see the golfer that got arrested?
No.
Yeah, he's like on his way to the PGA Tour. Hashtag.
I expected a quip joke from you.
Yeah, well, I have some. But this is just squirrel. So he's on.
On cue.
Thank you. So he's on his way to the PGA Tour. He's like the leader. He's like one of the good ones.
Uh-huh.
I don't know his name. He's so good. I don't know. And he gets arrested on the way for driving through a scene that was an accident scene. So they stop him. They arrest him.
Oh,
Then he
man.
gets out just in time to make tee time and still hits a birdie. Whatever that is. He killed a birdie. How do you feel about that, Mattie?
I don't know.
Do you like birds?
They're okay.
They're okay.
All right.
They like to hit our windows.
They're okay. So that's the same answer for dad. So who's first? Who's above the other? Birds or dad?
Dad.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Well, you like to. I've seen that you like to give the bird. I've seen some of those pictures. Yes, thank you. That's okay. It's old terminology.
What'd you say? I missed it. I was too busy on my iPad.
Well, you hit the ding at the right time. I said that she's really good at giving the bird. So that's oh,
That's
nice
not
one.
nice, Mattie.
No, it's not at all. That's why he gave you the buzzer.
You should not be giving the bird to anybody.
Oh, the bird is the word.
Do you know what that means, giving the bird?
No.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe.
Skirp. Riz. Now we're doing something. Now we're doing something. What's the word of the week?
Stop.
Do you think "hear ye's" ever going to catch on?
No, never.
Hear ye, hear
See,
ye.
I want to bring that back. so
King
bad.
Derek from Hernando de Soto.
Hey, did you see the?
Please rise.
I'm already.
I don't know if that makes sense, but
It made sense to me. Did you see the guy that did an announcement for me,
of course.
bringing me into the ring?
Yeah, I heard him from down the hallway.
It was awesome. What'd you think about that? You put it on my TikTok stuff.
From the top of the sip.
That's right. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's all I heard over and over.
Oh, well, that's
I
all.
didn't watch
Over
it.
and over.
What? Did you just keep hitting replay?
Yeah.
Is that to the top of it? Oh, to the top of it? Oh, to the top. Actually, that's how they do their TikTok stuff. I will hear the same loop of a song over and over and over. So I want to ask you, Mattie, since we have you here, and I have an itch in my ear, so this is just fine. This is normal. So what has been? First, let me ask this question: are there names for the TikTok dances that y'all do? Do they have names?
Not all of them.
Because, you know, like, show me how to Dougie. You can show me how to Dougie. You know, like that. So do they have names?
Some of them.
Okay, so what's the hardest TikTok dance that you've done?
There's not a hard one. They're all the same.
Oh, they're all easy then.
Yeah.
Oh, she's mastered them.
Well, I've put it this way. It took
But
me a long time
you
to learn
have to
one
be
of them.
coordinated.
Oh, there you go. Jump on the microphone. There we
Unlike
go.
You.
Oh, not like me?
Yeah, you're not.
Well, these
coordinated.
people, these my audience members have seen me throw down. Look, check it all the way across, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. That went back, and you didn't even know that was connected.
You know, rapping is coordination.
Word.
He's one heck of a rapper. Do you like his rapping?
Dropping beats.
I've heard them so many times that I know it now, so it's okay.
She does know the rap songs.
Really?
She actually learned them pretty quick.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I had to listen to them over and over in my.
Can you
vehicle.
rap for us right now? Did you memorize them?
Throw some red bandana.
No, I'm not rapping.
Come on, just do the red bandana just a little bit. That's not mine, though. But just do it. Just a little. Just throw it out there.
Oh.
The red bandana, but I ain't a blood. I got a red LJs when I'm up in the club. I got a bad red chick trying to give me a hug. Red stones, they covered in blood. Eyes red, but it's not from the bud. That's a flight I flew in on. That's what's up.
Whoa! I mean, fire!
Let's go. Double tap.
Oh,
double
no.
tap. There it is. Yeah. So you think your mom should have been on the show too?
No, she wouldn't talk.
She
wouldn't talk. Yeah.
I know she does talk.
She does.
She does.
She does
talks
like
smack.
Yeah, she probably does that too. She does like the Cannonball series stuff. So let me ask you something. Since we've got you here on the air, what's your favorite thing about being my daughter?
The look on your face was great.
Here we go. Yeah.
I don't have an answer.
Oh, come on. You got to have at least one.
What was the question?
Oh Lord. And you're exempt from your test.
I think so.
Oh my
You
God.
think so?
Yeah,
Might
probably.
want to check that.
What's your favorite thing about being my daughter?
Dad's a cool podcaster, so there you go. You're on this show.
If it were me, I would have said that I'm not your son. That's just me. That's just me. That's what I would have come back with. I'm going to work on it. Don't worry. Right now, she's dizzy. She's dizzy. So what questions do you have for her real quick?
I just want to drill you until you say something nice about your father. Come on, there's got to be something nice. Looking at that imaginary watch on your wrist there, Coach. Oh, hold on.
That's the cricket.
I can't think of one.
I got something that will. Uh-oh. Coach is mouthing to the camera. What'd you say?
Are you kidding me?
Okay, I'm going to say something that you're probably going to hate. You look just like your dad.
Lucky
Oh,
girl.
yes, you
I
do.
have red hair. You have black.
No. You favor your dad's face.
That means you're very beautiful.
It's-
And if you ever decide to grow whiskers, it's going to look good on you.
so I think that's the answer.
Yeah,
The best thing about being his daughter is that you got his looks.
you're beautiful like me. Way to go, girl.
Those who are just listening, eyes rolled from one side of the head to the other.
Yeah, actually, I heard them. I didn't even know you could hear eyes. That's a new sound. That's something. Put that in your board. I don't know how you do that one.
I don't know. It probably just sounds like this, I guess. I don't know.
Oh wow. All right. So, is there anything you would like to talk about? Anything you want to say?
No.
Do you have a question for your dad?
No.
You have a question for me?
I tell you what. Make that one of your. Can you tape this? Now. That'd be the, so like whenever something's like now.
No.
That also could double like a meow.
No.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. Well, you know that this is like this podcast, the Cannonballing Life one. This is worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Like people from Ireland to Italy send us stuff.
Even parts unknown.
And that's my favorite people.
You're gonna
That's
say
my
me?
people. Well, yeah, you're on the TV.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see the cameras?
Or the lights, or the microphones. It's like you're just now waking up. How low was your blood sugar?
It's really low.
Is it?
Oh,
is good.
okay. So why do you hate people, Mattie?
Yeah.
Cause they're annoying and they're fake and they talk behind your back.
Wow.
I talk to your face.
I'm concerned, Coach.
Yeah.
I ask why you hate people, and that's the most vocal she gets.
There you hit a nerve.
Yes.
Yes.
No, that's not the one I wanted. This is the one. So let's dig in. Why? So you hate people because, again, why? Give me the 3 points you gave me.
Because they'll talk behind your back and won't say it to your face and they're fake.
Okay, well, that's high school.
I
Get
know.
used to it.
I hate it.
And it happened in middle school, right? We call it
Yes.
junior high where I'm from.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm from here, but I call it junior high.
Junior high.
It's always going to be that. It's going to be that, and it's going to be Derek's awesome studio, SRP.
So have close friends done this to you?
Yes.
So now you're jaded and bitter.
Yes.
Oh, you're too young for that.
I get a very good. This is like a Dr. Phil vibe.
Yeah.
This is nice. You may have missed your calling,
Hey,
Dr. Derek.
12 years of therapy, I've learned a thing or two.
You're like, so tell me some more about that. How did that make you feel? And were you sweating? Do you sweat a lot?
You do.
I do sweat, but so do you. Look, touch that.
No,
It's
stop.
wet. It's sopping. It's sopping.
Stop.
Look, I wear black because of your mother. She's like, you net. This is her voice. Yeah, you stop wearing the gray all the time because Shirley pit stains. That's what my wife sounds like. Have you ever heard her talk?
A few times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's very rare.
Yeah.
It's very because that's her voice. Can't blame her.
She's not laughing at that one.
No,
there, Coach.
actually, I'm getting that bird thing again we talked about earlier. That's a circle back. It's weird. They're flying all over the place in this joint.
So, are you ever paying them back? Are you? What's the word I'm looking for when you have to feel like you have to pay them back?
You have gas?
What?
That's a payback. Well, that's the payback from the camp boys. That's what they would always say.
Like, have you talked behind someone's back?
Yes.
See,
It's
oh,
full circle.
All the time, right now.
Well, you're in my face.
well,
I'm not talking about you.
okay.
Well,
So
that's-
we're not going to mention names,
No, it's got to
but what right now?
G-rated.
What's the current issue right now?
But they call it beef on the streets.
Is it over?
Derek.
Is it over a boy?
Well, not right now.
Oh,
It probably will be in another week.
oh,
It changes.
interesting.
Well, you know, seasons change.
So, do you have at least one best friend that you can trust?
Yes.
Is it your dad?
No.
Oh, well.
Oh,
He's my backup.
I'm the B-roll.
this is a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. I can't wait to get Scholar in here. Scholar Grace? Does she go by Grace now?
Glenn.
Glenn. Is it
Skylar.
Scholar Glenn?
Glenn. Yeah.
SG.
Yeah.
Okay.
SGM.
Where'd I
Skylar.
Where did Grace come from?
I don't know where you got that from.
I made that one up.
Skylar Glenn McCod.
God. Yes.
Yeah.
She likes to go.
We made her name pronounced that way, but mine's Misho,
Yeah.
just to torture her.
Because you're the big show.
That's right. Well, do you have any parting words for us? Come on, you got to have something. How was this fun?
Yeah. It was
Well, yeah.
pretty fun.
All right, I mean, a 14-year-old, I'll take it.
I mean, look, I didn't expect one word. So we've exceeded that by a lot. And yeah, for the most part, I guess it's all right. Well, look, I can't wait till you get older and you have a podcast that you share your deepest, darkest moments so that I can find out all the dirt on you because that's what Mama's been doing on me.
She doesn't. She watches your podcast.
Man, Mama watches all my stuff. She actually shared the last one, the Inked and Pierced episode, like 4 times. I'm like, man, that's a short-term
I saw
memory.
that.
Do you
Mom
know
just
about your
keeps on,
dad's piercings?
share.
Do you know about his piercings that he's
Didn't
had?
you used to have like nipple piercings?
I did, yeah, she knows.
And a tongue pierce,
Yeah, I knew
Tugs.
that.
tongue stud, or whatever it's called.
Something like that. I don't know, yeah.
All right. We're going to end with some more Dr. Phil, all right?
Here we go.
I know your dad embarrasses you. He's not cool. You're forced to go to his speaking events, and you see him yelling and screaming, and sometimes crying, right? I promise you, Mattie,
Not crying.
when you get older, you're going to look back on these days and be like, my dad is awesome. In 5 years, remember that.
I'll get you that $20.
Well,
Anything you want to say? I know that you only wanted to be on here 10 minutes.
No. Well, I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
Short-term memory. Skirt.
Oh, please stop.
Hear ye.
Stop.
All right.
well, thanks for being on the show, Mattie.
Of course.
All right. Are you going to sit there? You going to back out?
The energy is like overwhelming.
It's blowing me away. It's blowing me away. Yeah. Oh, watch the elbow. Watch the.
Oh,
Oh, no. I like it better this way. I like it like that. All right. Thank you, Mattie Camp. Thank you for being a part of the
Yeah.
show today. So it's everybody. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Walking's hard. Walking's hard. It's like
You
a
scroll. There you go.
It's like a trap or something. Let me slide this way. All right. So look, Derek.
There we go.
Didn't expect that. Lunchtime, all of a sudden, here
Man.
comes Mattie Camp. Y'all don't have to feel like you gotta leave or anything. Y'all can stay. Y'all can stay in the production because we're about to talk about some cool stuff. I'm not done. You
that
know,
was fun. Was that fun or not?
it is cool. No, because now for the rest of her life, this will be out there on the internet. Once it's on the
Forever.
internet, it's forever.
Forever,
Ever.
and you won't cringe at all when you watch it.
I can't imagine.
Should we send this clip to her friends?
They're gonna see it anyways.
Oh, let's put it on her Snapchat.
Her whole school is forced to know who I am because you know all those events we've been doing. They actually have advertised that at the high schools, and so like on their morning show thing, they talk about so Coach Camp, and so yeah.
So now she really hates it because everybody knows her dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
even though most of them knew me anyways. I coached most of them at some point, but it's all good, man.
So
look,
folklore.
Yeah, you could say all those words. What the hell you doing, dog? Yeah, folklore. So look, I mentioned this to you before the show started. Something I want to talk to you about. Most places have something about the area that's folklorish, whether it's like a story of apparition or it's like there's some kind of sound, or there's something that is eerie and weird or talked about. You're from Maine. That's weird. Right?
Yes.
So what up there is there anything up there?
Man,
Nothing.
I was trying
to
to
do that.
I was trying to think of that.
Nothing.
Not that I know. There's a lot of blueberries, potatoes, lobsters.
They got huckleberries up there?
I have no idea. What's a huckleberry?
No, you probably don't know.
No,
It's a berry. They just start with a huckle.
That hucks.
They're delicious though. You just got to get them when they're ripe.
We used to pick raspberries and make pancakes with them.
Nice. Yeah,
Growing
those are
up.
hairy. Those are little hairy berries.
I mean, woo!
Hairy berries.
That was a quip.
It's different than a Halle Berry.
No, that was a quip.
Yeah, that's a little bit. So yeah, so you didn't have anything, huh?
Not that I can think of.
Man, how do
no.
you do that? Was a good crank.
That was,
I want to crank stuff. How do you do that? I'm gonna break
you
this.
just gotta go.
How much is this, if in case I do break it?
$25,000.
Oh, we're gonna quit touching it.
That thing's all loose out.
And we're just gonna talk from the
Yeah,
distance.
these stands are.
Well, I
you know,
moved it around a lot, so I've really
they're-
loosened up the joints.
They're
You know what I'm saying?
$20 Amazon specials.
Oh, well, I would have never known.
You know, that's
Could have
what
been 20,000.
That's what you got to do here.
Yeah,
I know the studio's beautiful
it is.
and sounds good.
That is fact.
But we are using resourceful equipment.
Yeah. Have you seen me do interviews?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what my microphone is? A ballpoint pen.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm just walking around interviewing people. Now, my favorite thing is when I'll ask somebody a question, they'll be like, and I'm like, it's not a real microphone, but it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, just let them think that.
Oh, I do. I don't tell them.
Hey, get closer to the mic.
Yeah, so,
If
I'm
they
sorry,
start
we
backing off.
can't hear you, sir. Come here. Now talk. So it's good. It's good. All right. So can I share a
Yes.
folklore story about
Please.
my area?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we're done.
No,
Yeah,
yes.
no. So this one came to me the other day, and I was like, you know what? This is a long story. So my wife is going to love that. One of the things that she's talked about is how much she enjoys how I build a story up. She loves me to use a bunch of words and be really long to the
She
point.
wants you to get to the point, right?
Oh, that's what she says. Okay. Well, I guess it's different. Actually, I got a video. If you want me to play that.
In music, they say, don't bore us, get
Yeah.
to the chorus.
Oh, the chorus. This one does not have a chorus.
Are you
It's
having problems with that microphone?
I
Is-
just-
is
it feel
is
like-
it bugging you?
I like touching it.
Is it because it's shaking in front of you?
No, it's because it's nice and fuzzy. It's soft, so it's kind of fun. But all right. So here's the story.
Just like those hairy berries?
Just like the hairy berries. I like that. So there's a place here in Memphis called Voodoo Village.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What part of town is it?
South Memphis,
Oh, God. Okay.
down
Well,
off of like 3rd Street,
Enough said.
where it turns into Horn Lake Road kind of area.
I didn't really hang out there.
Now, well, you were in Orange Mound. That's just that's their cousins.
A suburb of Orange
All
Mound.
right, fair enough. Yeah. So, anyways, it's,
For those in parts unknown and everywhere in between, we're talking about a pretty shady part of Memphis,
it's crime riddled.
Yeah.
It's crime riddled.
and that's where you were stationed, right?
All of my firefighting paramedicing career, yes, was in the southern regions of Memphis, which is where the higher crime rates are. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was way before those days, though. Way before my firefighting days. Voodoo Village. I'm just going to build the story here. It's down in South Memphis, close to the Mississippi state line, and the folklore. This is the folklore. Now, there's always some truths a lot of times to some of the urban myths, but there was things that you just knew couldn't be true, but you wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to tell the story here. This is in my high school days. So down in Voodoo Village, it was said that there were these voodoo worshipers, and if you went down down the street that ends in a cove, they would pull a bus across the street and block you, and then they would grab you and kill you.
That's quite the folklore.
But you didn't see it on the news.
That's a little.
I know.
That's freaky.
Now, here's how you know you're doing some dumb white boy crap is when you make the decision, I got to see that for myself. Because I got black friends and they're like, y'all stupid. They weren't going with me.
Really?
They weren't coming with me.
They're even scared of it.
Well, it's just you don't want to know.
Yeah.
They're smart. That's what I call it. But my white boys that I hung with, we weren't smart. We weren't smart.
You weren't street smart.
Well, yeah, there are a lot of other smarts back in those days. Because it was like 16, 17 years old. And so we're like, all right, we got to go check this out.
That was like, what, 50 years ago?
At least.
Okay.
I thought it was 75 now. But yeah, so here we are. We're like, all right, dude, let's go check out Voodoo Village. We had heard about this forever. And they were like, there's crosses in the yard that are lit up and it's all these different things. And so as a teenage kid from suburbia America that's not seen anything, you're like, all right, let me go. And I'm thinking, I got a great car. It's a station wagon that smokes. And we've talked about the oil issues that it had. So I had to pull in, check the gas fill up on oil. We talked about all those things. So it was very suspect anyways. The car may not make it 5 miles down the road. You had one of those.
Yeah, and then it blew up.
You burned it.
Yep.
So this night happens and we go, we're fine. We find the place and we're like going down the road. We're doing like 60 miles an hour. This is all important parts of it. We got the doors locked. For whatever reason, when you're scared, you pick your feet up off the ground. So I don't know, you're in a car and you're moving 60 miles an hour and you still got your feet up and you're like, oh, I'm nervous.
You're going in the fetal position.
I don't know who's going to grab me. I don't know if something's coming out from underneath the chair. We don't know what's happening. And so we're driving down this road and you see houses and there's stuff in the yards.
I've never been down this street ever.
Never, because it's all folklore. You don't want to die. And so it's me and two other guys.
You don't want to die.
No, it's me and two other dudes. And so we're cruising down the road and it does dead end. That part was true. So now we're like, oh, it does dead end. It's like this barren cul-de-sac, as they say up north. I used a word we just called, we just called it a cove. And so then we turn around and in that moment, my car dies. Yes. Record scratch. That was good. They can't hear that part. That was our record scratch he just did. That was so good in my ear hole. And so
my ear hole.
So here we are. The car is dead, and my friends think I'm jacking with them. And they're like, stop it, man. Crank it back up. Seriously. And I'm like, and I'm like, you think I'm starting? How do I make that happen? And so now
it's coming true. You must be like, this is true.
All the spirits are getting us.
Yeah.
And look, this is the day before cell phone. So we get out and we're like, we don't know what to do. So I play baseball. We had a bat in the car. So we're like, we'll just take the bat. That's the only weapon we have. This is what's going to save us. So we get the bat. We're walking down this dark street. There's hardly any street lights. And I don't know. I'm going to put it in perspective. I'm going to say the street back to the main road was maybe 1.5 miles.
That's deep.
It was deep enough.
You're deep in. Yes.
It was deep enough. This is probably about 1.5 miles. So we're walking and we're thinking, how are 3 white boys in South Memphis in the hood going to survive this moment? Because we're all idiots.
I would have been terrified.
We were. And so we're walking. And then my one friend that's not smarter than any of us, he's like the least smart of the 3 dumb people. He's like, I'm going to go knock on a door. I'm like, I can't think of a worse idea. So let's just do that. So he goes up. And now here's the part of me that's like, he's knocking on the door and I'm thinking, all right, so when my friend dies, I don't want to be the guy that's like, I just left him to die. I got to go show up too. So I walk up behind him. And at that moment, now look, I've looked at this from 2 spectrums now. I feel bad for the gentleman on the other side of that door because if I'm looking out at these 2 idiots, me and my buddy, I'm thinking they need to be shot. I'm thinking they need to be shot out here because I don't know why they're over here on my part of town.
Why are these whiteys down here?
What is going on right now? This is not normal. And so he's knocking on the door and this older man he just like pulls the curtains back and he's just staring. And there's like this standoff moment and everything gets really quiet. The crickets quit. And I'm like, I know. And it's like, oh. And then this car comes to a screeching stop. And there's this dude in a convertible sports car. I don't know what kind of car it was. He hollers, hey, y'all need a ride? And we're like, I'll take it. And so we don't know this guy. And so me and my 2 buddies.
Stranger danger.
You would think, but where I'm at right now, I'm thinking we're going to die anyways. Right. So let's just choose one of these deaths.
Let's have fun.
And so we jump in, and now the guy's got a 12-pack of beer between his legs in the front. He's smoking a joint, and he reaches down. He's like, y'all boys want one of these? He's trying to hand us a beer. We're like 16 or 17.
Life decisions.
These were so many moments. And I'm thinking, how about just, can we go to civilization? Can you get us to a place where we can go home? And so he's like, all right. So he's squealing out. Now I'm thinking, this is me. Now, I want you to understand, because I've set a premise here.
No, is your car just left in the road?
Yes, it's left in the cove.
You couldn't pull it off to the side of the cove, or it's just kind of right in there?
It's in the cove. There's no houses in the cove, so it's just in the cove, but it's dead.
Just there.
Dead in the water.
Okay.
And so we're driving down the road now, and I'm thinking, let's just go to a gas station. I'll call my dad. He'll beat my tail, because that's what people do in the South. They beat their kids. I'm like, he'll beat my tail. We'll get home. It'll be fine. Well, the guy that walked up to is this too long of a story?
No, I was just
My
checking.
wife is definitely saying this is too long of a story.
checking the cameras.
She wants this to get straight to the point of, did you die? She doesn't even know I'm still alive.
But she doesn't know podcasting. You got to stretch time.
Well,
You gotta-
not only that, you got to fill in the holes, and there's some important holes here. So when we get back towards the street, I'm like, dude, let's go to the gas station. And the guy that walked up to the house, we're letting him make decisions. Derek, we're next level dumb. And he's like, I've got a friend right around the corner. Let's go over there, and he can come back and fix our car. He knows somebody in South Memphis. I'm like, all right, whatever. Let's go to his house.
Your white friend.
My white friend.
You're one of your. How many again are you?
It's just me and two other guys.
Okay, so 3 total. All right.
And we're way too white to be in this area right now. It's like we're very sheltered people. We have no idea what's happening. And so he takes us to this house, and this house is suspect anyways from the outside. We go and knock on the door, and some folks that straight out the woods, they look like straight out. I'm not judging anybody. They come up and they open the door, and they're just like, Thomas like, hey, it is like, hey, what's going on? Come on in. And so their house, there's like a green light in one room, a blue light in another room, and so it's
Shady,
weird.
yeah.
And as we're walking in, he goes, hey, be careful. My mom's drunk in the floor. So I had to step over mom. And I'm like, this is getting better. This is getting better by the moment. And then we're down in a basement, and there's these guys, and they've got like, I'm building the picture. They got like the mullets and the shotguns and stuff. And Thomas is pleading his case about how my car's broke down. And I'm like, all right, well, can y'all just give me a ride to my parents' house? No. You know what they want to do now?
Fix your car.
They want to go push our car to a gas station.
That's like a good mile.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be weird how we do this. We drive back down the road. On the way down there, one of these idiots is leaning out the car with the baseball bat, knocking mailboxes off as we go. I'm like,
Not one of your friends.
No.
Yeah.
This is one of the new people that we've just picked up.
Now
in
you're just like stuck.
I'm stuck.
I think they're heading out.
They need to. Because Mattie doesn't need to know what happens next. I'm just kidding. Y'all can stay as much as you want.
Alicia and Mattie, they're leaving.
Alicia, Mattie.
Remember, that's your wife and daughter, right?
Yeah, I've heard about them.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Mattie, for being on the show.
Hey, just try to keep it real. Try to keep it real.
Oh, she looks so bummed out.
She's sad.
She probably wanted to be on the show more.
She may have. I don't know. So the story's getting closer. So they hit the mailboxes. They've caused this ruckus. They get down there. They look at the car. They realize they can't fix it. So they get behind the car, start pushing it. And now they're not pushing it bumper to bumper at 5 miles an hour. They're pushing it at 50 miles an hour.
This is a movie.
And it's in neutral. And I'm like trying to steer my car, and they're just like flying down the road. And they get us to the gas station. And they're like, all right, so we need some money.
Oh, no.
I'm like, bro, I ain't got no money. What kind of money? What we need money? I got my car up here now. And so I didn't have any money. Guess what?
Your buddies didn't have any money either.
No. At that moment, guess who comes flying back into the gas station?
Who?
The drunk dude from the convertible. He had dropped us off at the house. He's out there doing whatever he's doing. He comes back and he's like, hey, I see you got your car. And we're like, yeah, but this guy needs some money. So he's like, I got you. So he pulls out some money and gives it to them. So the dude that saved us from death before saves us from the money situation from the people we don't know that's crazy. Anyways, end of the story. I call my dad. I'm finally at a gas station. My dad shows up. He does whatever he does because he was a mechanic, fixes the car. I get back to the house. I'm laying there and I'm like, how did we not die? How did we not die? So many moments.
Yeah, I think God sent the convertible.
Yeah.
He saved you twice.
They say God works in mysterious ways.
I think the old guy in the house is probably going to get his shotgun.
And I don't blame him now.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, I wouldn't have trusted me.
Yeah.
I didn't know who I was.
And we peeked through the blinds. Why are there 3 white kids here?
Dude, it was not a normal moment. It was not a normal moment. So,
and again, parts unknown and around the world and in between. We're not trying to be racial here.
no, this is not racial at all.
But it is Memphis. I mean, Memphis is no joke.
Yeah. No, it's no
there
joke.
are some very, very sketchy
Absolutely.
areas.
No, definitely not racial at all. In fact, if anything, it was an enlightening moment to me about how dumb I can be. And, in reverse of it, you put that situation where I'm that old man. I ain't trusting me.
Yeah.
I don't know who I am.
Just no matter the color or any people. Like in
has
the
nothing
middle of the
to-
night, someone's knocking on your door. Nope.
No. And then, by the way, there was no bus. None of that stuff happened. So we didn't get pinned in.
No.
We dispelled a urban myth.
Or did you?
I don't know.
Because you almost died.
Well, but it was for different reasons.
Maybe that is.
Yeah, it probably is.
Maybe that's it.
It was an interesting night. So anybody
Did you ever think, whoa, this is quite the coincidence that we go on this journey where we're supposed to die.
Yeah.
But you break down, you get all this craziness, you're fearing for your life. So did you ever go back?
No. There's one thing about me. I will do stupid stuff, but once I've recognized that was dumb, I won't do it again. I learned my lesson. No, it was definitely a learning experience.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I survived that one.
That's amazing. I would have not enjoyed that at all.
Oh, the only thing I enjoy is knowing that I lived.
Right.
Yeah, because all the rest of it, I'm not. I'm ashamed of it. I'm not proud of it. It was just a.
Yeah.
It was a moment in my
In the
life.
back of your mind, you're like, do you know how close you were, Chris?
Yeah.
To dying? What were you doing?
I mean, I feel like, honestly speaking, we were in more danger when we got into the Trans Am looking thing. I don't remember what kind of sports car it was. I just remember being a convertible with Operation Drunk High Guy because he's just flying. He's flying.
Operation Drunk High Guy.
And then the other dude's pushing us at freaking 50 miles an hour. That's not even exaggeration.
So we're
either.
talking early 90s?
Oh, yeah, probably 91.
Yeah.
90 or 91. Yeah.
Because if you're 17, I was 14-ish.
Yep. So that's right. That's about right.
Yeah.
So
Awesome, man.
no folklore for you,
Well,
huh?
I'm glad you're alive.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad they didn't kill you.
Yeah. I almost took myself out, actually. That's what I'm looking at.
Whoa.
So you said you had a story you wanted to share with me
Yeah.
today.
So
talk to me about
this
it.
is another story of stupid decisions.
Okay.
So this is a story about being a musician and traveling and trying to play shows in other parts of the country. But this time it's trying to play in Canada.
Oh.
Right. So a little backstory. I was in this casino band from like 2006 to 11, right? And there was a period where we had a drummer that came from Canada to audition, and then he got the gig. His name was Gilles Nadon.
Oh, wow.
And he was from Ottawa, Canada.
Did he connect with you because you had Michelle?
Well, he knew how to pronounce my name.
I bet that.
He thought that was cool, you know. So we hit it off. Great drummer. Me being a bass player, it was fun, and prime drinking period of my life. So he and I got along very well in that. So there's a period where he and I are unemployed. Like there was a period where I was not in this band anymore. They kind of kicked me out for a a while. That's
He
all.
did? The guy from Canada?
Well, by this time he's been fired.
Oh, both y'all. We had a lot in common.
Oh, I forgot to mention we're roommates. So yes, so we work it out where we actually get an apartment together.
Okay.
And then he had issues with the band leader, and they fired him. And then over time, I was starting to get pissy and bitter and just difficult to be around, and I wasn't happy in my life. So then they kicked me out. I ended up going back. Anyways, now we're in this period where he and I are both pretty much unemployed. We have an apartment together. We were playing with these other guys, this guy named Chris Nathan and another guy named Forrest. So Gilles comes up with this idea to put together a little tour. Now, Chris Nathan, the singer, is from Buffalo. And then, as I mentioned, Gilles is in Canada. So they're like, let's book some shows in Buffalo, and then we'll go to Canada. And Gilles had all kinds of connections, and that's really where all the money was going to be made. And then come back down. Cool. Didn't need passports back then.
Oh, really?
So, okay, we're settled there. But then he's like, all right, guys, but we have to come up with a story. We got to lie.
To who?
To the customs, because we're trying to go to Canada to make money. And we're not going. So that part we're not doing right. We don't have visas.
Yeah.
We're rolling up. We're going to be rolling up to the customs in a van full of equipment, and it's just going to look crazy, right? I mean, it's going to look obvious. So, and I'm like, really? And he's like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got this. We got the story. We played in Buffalo, and then we're just going to my parents' house for a birthday party. And then we go back to the States, and then we go back on our tour. We're just the Canada insertion, just a little, side path. Just whoop.
Sure.
Okay, great. And then we all realize, okay, this is back in the days of MySpace, and MySpace used to be great for bands because you could put your band dates on there, right? Where everyone agreed, wipe your dates out. Like, we don't need to be promoting that we're going to Canada and playing in Canada. Okay, great. We do that. And off we go. We rent a van. We're spending money we don't have yet, but we're supposed to be making money, right?
Yeah.
We do our thing in Buffalo, fun, party, the whole deal, and then it's time to go to Canada. So we pull up, instant red flag. Okay, Don't you?
You're an instant red flag?
The van
The van's
full
an
of
instant red flag.
the van full of late 20-year-olds with a bunch of music gear. Okay, guys, let's move to the side. We got to ask some questions. Like, oh, great. And then they find this cash box. We had a little cash box in there with money. Stupid. So obviously we're trying to get out and make
Those
money.
things don't seem illegal, though. It seems normal.
It's just...
They're called clues, but how smart are Canadians, really?
So we're like, oh, here we go. So in the van, finally, or we're at the van, they ask, what are you doing? And they tell... Gilles is in control. I got this, guys.
He speaks Canadian.
Well, he's Canadian. I got this, guys. So he dishes out the story. The custom dude is like, okay, well, why don't we all step inside?
Okay.
And we're going to search your van. Oh, shit. Blah, blah, blah. So as soon as we get in, they separate all of us. And now we know this ain't right. We're already stepping in some doo-doo if they're separating us.
Yeah.
So we can't talk to each other.
Who would have thought that Canadians were so strict?
Oh, I'll get there.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, dang it. Okay. But everyone knows the story.
Yeah.
And one by one, each person goes into a room with these two people that interrogating, I guess. I mean, they're not torturing.
Yeah, they're not waterboarding.
Right, they're not waterboarding.
Tell us again, why is the amp in the back?
But they ask you in that, like, when one person sits in front of these guys, the way they do it is they're asking the same question 3 different ways.
Yeah, I always failed those tests in school.
Right. So therefore, it all bases around why are you here? So then when you're making up a story, now you've lied 3 times.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure. I like to lie. That's what I tell them.
But we don't know
favorites.
this. We all got the story down. So there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
So we're all there's 5 of us because we brought a friend to take photos for us. So there's 5 of us. We all do our thing, but when you're let out, you still got to stay separate so that way you can't go, hey, I told him this, Finally, we're all done. And then the guy at this big front desk, okay, guys, come over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask all of you one more time, why are you here? Say the same story. It's like, interesting. And he flips around the screen, the computer screen, and the singer did not take his dates down.
Oh.
And they have our entire Canada tour right in front of them. We're like, that's interesting. Busted.
That sounds like a fun time. Where is that band going to be playing? I want to go listen to them.
The whole time they're interrogating us and doing
Yeah.
this whole thing, they're just researching like crazy,
Sure.
finding everything they can on us. And they found him, and we're all looking at Chris like, you dumbass.
Yeah, well, the name's Chris. I can relate, yeah.
So they separate us again.
Mm-hmm.
And then once more, we go into a room in like a round robin. Now it's different people.
How old are you at this time? That's an important.
29.
So you're older, 20s than you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
matured a
I
little
moved
bit.
to Nashville in 05 when
Okay.
I was 27, turned 28 that January in 06. So 2 years later,
Yeah.
28,
Okay.
28, 29.
Mm.
But 28, 29 going on 15. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
Well, I mean, I get it.
I'm a
Some 50 going
I'm a
on.
traveling Wilbury musician, alcoholic, done a fair amount of drugs
Sure.
at this time, just like no kid, just being silly, being stupid. But so now they sit you down individually,
Mm-hmm.
and it's different people now. You can tell these people a little more high level.
So you got the next level interrogators. I call that my wife.
They're not interrogating anymore because they got the answer.
Maybe.
No.
I would say I'm identifying as something different right now. Maybe I'm not a musician.
That's right.
I've changed course. I'm just a roadie.
So I think it was a woman and a man. And they're like, and they're getting really, they're stern, man. They're taking this so seriously.
It's so
and
weird.
It is just a bunch of idiot musicians just trying to go make a few $1,000s, so.
You'd have think you're the drug cartel.
And I wish I could remember this verbatim. You know my memory.
Yeah, so yesterday you forgot.
You know my memory.
There it goes. She gone.
So they're like, you have 3 options. We have 3 options that we can do to you.
Okay.
We can throw you in jail right now,
Sounds fun.
and then you have to wait until you get a lawyer.
All right.
We could do nothing,
I like that one too.
turn you around, do nothing.
Yeah.
We're not going to do either of those, but we got to meet in the middle.
Oh.
And they use some terminology and some fancy words and everything, but basically what they said is you are not allowed in our country for a year.
A whole year.
We got kicked out of Canada. And
That's impressive.
we got paperwork and mugshots and everything. And I wish so badly I didn't lose that.
Yeah, those would have been good. That's a good T-shirt.
Because that picture,
It could have been on a T-shirt.
I had long hair and it was all straggled.
Oh.
None of us had showered in like 3 days.
Sounds beautiful.
We're just idiots, you know.
Sure.
And they turned us around, and we left happy with the turnout. I didn't give 2 S's that I was not allowed to go back to Canada. I never want to go there again at this point. I'm like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
But this is how it ends, and this is what really drove me crazy.
Okay.
Gilles Nadon.
That guy.
Nadon. The guy that planned this,
Yeah.
came up with the whole scheme, the whole bit, calls his mom, and she comes through customs and meets us at northern New York. And we're all eating at Cracker Barrel. So that's cool. She's like, let me feed you guys.
Yeah. Well, there's something.
Yeah. We're all getting up. We're getting ready to go. And Jill's like, all right, guys, I'll see y'all later. We're like, say what? He's like, no, I'm going to go back with my mom. I'm just going to go hang out in Ottawa.
Canada's, they don't
And
know.
we were like, are you serious?
Yeah.
This was your idea. This is your thing.
Well, he's got to go play some music things.
No, he's just going to hang out.
Oh, okay.
And see ya.
You go.
And we're all looking at each other like, did that Joker just do that to us? Now we have to fend. We made no money. We don't have a whole lot of money for gas. When we get back, we got to return this van. It's okay. Who's got the most room on your credit card?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. And I remained friends with him a little bit after that. But
Is he still in Canada?
No, he ended up moving to New York.
Oh, yeah, that's amazing. Of course. He
So your boy here got kicked out of a country.
That's better than me. I only got kicked out of Denim and Diamonds once. So that's it. It's because there was a whole shirt incident and then some inappropriate dancing. But yeah, so that's really good. But so there's so many questions I have. Like one, if you went to Canada, if you'd have made it there and started singing, do you have to add to everything you say? Yeah,
Hey. You guys having a good time out there?
Is that a requirement?
No, not if you're a visitor.
And if you're singing in American English, does it translate the same?
Yes.
It does.
Believe it or not, very small amounts of Canada is French speaking.
So did you know how to sing any songs in French?
I don't sing.
Okay.
But no.
Why not? You should.
I can't.
Why not? Your mom won't
I
let
don't
you?
know. Talk to God about that one because I was not blessed with that.
Oh, neither was I, but I still sing. I will drop a note in a heartbeat, baby. I ain't scared. Yeah, y'all. So this is an interesting scenario because here you are. You have this music. You're very talented musically.
Mm-hmm.
Great bass player.
Yep.
Been all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And Canada don't want you over there playing.
Nope.
You know what I would have done? See, I think about my sarcasm. I would have been like, I tell you what, before you start giving me the ultimatums, why don't you just hear us play first? Just give us a shot. Just let us play real quick.
You guys would really like
Let us just, because we can jam, and this whole place will be rocking.
Yeah.
This will turn out customs in a way you've never seen. Let's just do that for a minute. I'm going to write a song about customs right now. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
And then, I would have tried that.
Well, one piece I forgot when they were telling us what the punishment is.
Yeah.
What was funny is they were either going over the top to scare the idiots, or they really take it seriously because, man, I got the finger.
Yeah.
Don't you ever disrespect my country again. I'm just like, oh my God. Get out of here.
This is why I know I would have been in jail. Because immediately my thoughts are just running. I'd be like, sir, I'm not disrespecting your country. Y'all got some great Canadian ham. Let's start there. All right. So the things that y'all don't even use, baby, you got Canadian that is delicious in the morning. Put that on a biscuit. Of course. I'm not disrespecting your country. I mean, y'all got great mountains over here.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Toronto Blue Jays. Let's just be honest.
That would be so ridiculous and pandering if you said, what are you talking about? I love Canadian bacon.
Yes. And that's exactly how my mind works. And it's a really good chance I would have said things like that. And then y'all would have all been like, oh, there goes Camp. Yep.
See you later.
He's getting arrested.
Bye now.
I'm going to do some hard time, boys.
Police.
Yeah.
We got one.
There we go.
We got one on the hook.
I'm glad you guys are paying attention.
So what do you think, Coach? What are we at time?
I don't know.
No, we're about 50 minutes. We've still got some time. You got another thing you want to tell?
Well, yes, I do. I do have one thing. Since we're talking about the 90s.
Okay.
It's just an observation situation.
Sure.
You know, I teach. Did you know that?
Yes, I knew
I
that.
teach at college.
Mhm.
Something I do. I was thinking back the other day, and so I wrote this little note down because I thought at some point maybe it'd be worth saying. And since we're in the 90s, early times, right? So I'm going into Voodoo Village. When was that? Was that in the 90s when you're in Canada?
No.
We're going to act like it was.
2008.
Well, it was close enough. So you were nearly in the 90s.
It's 20 years.
Yeah,
off,
it's
all.
fine. It's just a little bit. One thing that I noticed that has changed so drastically, there's other things.
Mhm.
This is just one thing, is the unacceptance of arms, guns, anywhere. Like I was thinking about whenever I was in high school, guys routinely, I don't know if this is in Maine or not, it's kind of a question/comment. They would have their rifles hanging
Yes.
in like a gun rack in the back of their truck.
Yes.
In the parking lot.
Across the window.
In their parking
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
And then they would go hunting either in the mornings or after school or whatever the case may be.
Very common.
Nobody thought anything of it.
Yep.
And so this conversation started the other day. I was talking to somebody and I was like, I remember. So I went to college at junior college in 93 and 94. And there was I don't know what the proper term would be for a group of guys. We'll call it a gaggle. We had a gaggle.
I was just going to say
It's a gaggle of friends. We had a gaggle of
I
friends.
love that word.
And we would run in circles and we would do things. And so like for a period of time, we were doing like skateboards across campus, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just kind of wrote our own rules in some areas. And I was thinking back at that time, we started this like junior college mafia where the goal was to take each other out.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a hypothetical paintball continuum through a semester to see how many people you could gank and what creative ways. And so we had gank.
Gank.
It's a Southern gangster term. We just shorten it up with a gank. That's what I do. I got street cred, dog. So street cred. And so I had cap guns. You remember the old cap guns? You stick it in there, pow, pow, and the little roll would come out the top. You had the smell of sulfur.
Class. Oh,
very good.
I loved that
Such
smell.
a good smell for some
Yes.
reason. Oddly pungent, but still nice.
I loved it
and
too.
refreshing on the back of the throat.
Do you remember the
Dooba.
Do you remember the little white things you'd throw on the
Yeah,
ground?
those little snapdragons.
Snapdragons.
Yeah, we would do those. But we had the cap guns, and then we eventually upped it to water guns, and we had like super soakers and stuff. And so the thing was, we would try to ambush each other. There's like 20 of us. This is a proper number for our gaggle. And we would like ambush each other. So we would be around the corner, and we would see them coming, and we'd pow, pow, pow. And whether it was water gun or it was the cap guns, and like one of my favorites was I was on a skateboard going down a sidewalk, and the classrooms were like right next to the sidewalk, and so you could see into the classrooms. And I'm on the skateboard, and I'm hunched down, and I'm coming up, and as I come past the classroom, I'll jump up and start pop, 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 pop. And my friend that's in there, he falls over, and the teacher never bats an eye, just like, and then just keeps going. Because we had become a little bit infamous at this
So
point.
this was an act,
People knew this was going on.
and your friend fake died.
Yeah,
and
so for a
everything.
whole semester, we're doing this back and forth all across the campus. People recognize that's what we're doing. And what I was thinking is no one blinked an eye. It was nothing. It was so comic.
Could you imagine
Dude,
doing that now?
you telling the jail story
Uh,
just brought that back to me. I'm thinking I would be in prison still. I
Oh.
would have never made it out of the 90s.
My God.
Yeah. And that was normal because it was just funny.
Uh,
And now those kids don't know anything about
man,
that.
I don't care how long we go because I have to tell this
I
story.
want to know about that story. That's why I told that, not knowing what your story was,
Oh.
so I would know it.
Well, now bringing up school and everything.
Yeah.
Man. Whoo, I did something very, very, very bad in my senior year of high school.
How many of these buttons do you need to have on cue? Because it feels like this is going to be a bunch of button moments.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ding, ding, ding,
There's so much going on.
Oh, I love it.
So senior year, very close to the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had some friends that were in a different lunch period.
Yeah.
And they were my closer friends. And there was always this rumbling of them having little food fights, and, someone would throw a piece of cookie across the thing, and it was always just, that was kind of a rowdier lunch period. So my buddy Paul, I won't give last names, Hool, Paul, he's like, hey, you should skip class and come to our lunch period. We're
That's
gonna
right.
have a food fight. I was like, I'm all in.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, that's all it took. I was
I'm
like, I'm
down.
out. And
Yeah.
it's that time of year where it's just like, you can just kind of leave your class, whatever. Oh, boy. Bad decision.
Really? Feel
So-
like I don't see where that could go wrong.
So, so now I'm sitting at the bad table.
Oh,
You know, my buddy Paul and some other friends of ours at that table was the troublemaking table.
was Ronnie there?
No.
I've heard about this guy. All right, fine. It's fine.
And then, so now, I should mention, because this lunch period is troublesome,
Mm-hmm.
instead of just having teachers,
They got guards.
principal and the 2 vice principals are roaming and circling. It's
Strapped.
like the to paint the picture of the cafeteria, it was like a what's it called?
Prison yard?
It was like a pit. So you had a stage,
Okay.
and it would go down like you were sitting on the floor looking up
Yeah.
at the stage, but then it goes back up in the back with stairs, and then
Yeah.
there's seating all around it, right? So the teachers, the principals are just kind of roaming around. Just you could tell, like almost like prison guards,
Yeah.
without the gun.
Wait,
Right.
it's going down.
And they see me, they clearly know
Yeah.
I'm skipping class. They don't do anything about it, right?
It's just dirt.
So Paul, so this is how it begins. Paul throws something and just to this other table. All right, Paul.
They
You know,
see him do
of
it.
course.
Oh, well, he sucks. You got to
Yeah.
throw it like this, and then nobody sees. It's like, where did that come from? Oh, my goodness.
So he's being a jokester. Side note.
Yeah.
Little sidebar. Paul has a vendetta
Oh,
because he got in trouble. I won't say why. I will,
Okay.
so bad that he was kicked off the hockey team, and hockey was his life. All through school, pee-wees, all through school.
you can fight in that sport.
Yeah,
He had to do something
he
really
was
bad.
Solid high school player. Senior year, kicked off the team. Very bitter. Like, okay,
Got a little salt.
yeah. So then he takes his tray. Everybody in the entire cafeteria is watching him,
This is the moment.
and he walks up the stairs. He goes around. He goes to dump the tray of food in the specific area, and he goes, "Oops!" and flips the thing over, and food goes everywhere on the floor.
It was an accident.
So everyone laughs, and the principals at this point is just get out of here.
Yeah.
So he circles around, passes the stage. Now he's heading out the door that takes you to the main hallway. Everyone's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Silent. At least it feels this way.
Yeah, it's slow motion.
He opens the door and then turns around and throws a handful of food.
He had some in his hand. Oh.
Yeah. Into the pit area. I then, green light,
Yeah,
game on.
that's the sign.
And I had 4 cucumber slices in my hand.
Those are good for your
I
eyes.
stand up and I throw them like little discuses.
Yeah, like ninja stars, ninja pickles.
And it's like, as bad as my memory is, I can never unsee this stuff. And as I see my cucumbers flying through the air,
Please tell me you hit a principal.
it turns into a movie,
Okay, a
like
pickle.
Animal House kind of movie.
Yeah.
God is my witness. This is not hyperbole.
Okay.
Next thing I know, there's not only just food flying off the stage, plastic trays.
Oh, they're throwing the whole thing. Let's go time.
Food's going everywhere. Kids flip tables and are hiding behind tables.
They made forts.
Food is a riot in this cafeteria.
Food riot.
So I'm like, I'm out of here. And there's me and this other kid, let's call him Jason. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Shocker, right?
Yeah, right.
So as soon as we get out in the lobby, you two, come here now. Because Jason was also like right behind me. Paul started, I came up second, Jason third, and then Mayhem.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, no. And then we get to the office, and there's Paul.
There's Paul.
They already got
He's
Paul.
hanging out. Yeah.
The 3 of us are just sitting there waiting. And the chaos that we heard, kids crying. We see girls crying because their beautiful little dress is covered in salad dressing. They're covered in food. Crying, yelling, screaming, total chaos. And the 3 of us are just looking at each other like, this is not going to go well for us at all.
I would have done
Just
that. I don't
saying.
know who started that, but that's rude.
So we end up talking to the principals. I can't. That all became a blur. That was traumatic because I'm like, I am in so much trouble. My mom. I mean,
Darlene's coming.
we really screwed up. And so they wanted to completely expel us senior year.
The whole year.
Gone.
Yeah.
Like, come back next year.
This is what happened to you in Canada. I think I see a connection. So this is where your life of crime
These
started.
are definitely, well, no, I got plenty of
Oh, these are the other life
really,
of crimes.
really bad
Well,
life
this
changing
is the beginning
decisions.
of your bannings.
So now my mom and Paul's mom, who are friends, me and Paul have been at this point, we'd been friends since we were little kids, off and on, but the families were kind of a little close, you know?
Yeah.
So moms know each other very well, and they're like, no, our kids are graduating.
Okay.
Yeah, they are assholes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Beep.
Yeah.
And they're going to get it from us, but nope, they are marching. And boy, man, those women were determined. And French, both, I should mention that Paul's from a very French family too. So Mama Alice and Mama Darlene,
Yeah.
they weren't playing.
Their mamas wasn't going to put up with it.
And they ended up having multiple meetings with the entire superintendent office, fighting and arguing about letting us graduate.
Sure.
And I think they finally got so sick of them, they said, okay. But we were kicked out for the rest of the year. But I'm talking like, this is like 3 weeks before graduation. This is so close.
So you're already at the finish line.
So close.
Yeah.
They're like, they can come back just to take their finals. They're allowed to march.
Yeah.
But their diploma will not be in their book. So if
Okay.
they start anything at the graduation ceremony, we keep the diploma.
Oh, dang.
So okay, so we finally get to graduation, and out of nowhere, all of a sudden a beach ball starts bouncing around.
They blamed you.
Someone somehow snuck a big beach ball in there. So now all the kids are, as we're sitting on the gym floor graduating,
Yeah.
and I looked at that and I was like, I'm not touching that thing.
You know what
It bounced right over my head. If it wasn't for the food fight and everything, it would have been a normal graduation. I would have spiked that.
Yeah.
I would have jumped up and hurled that across the gymnasium, but nope.
Would have been funny
Not
is if
this
somebody
time.
would have infused salad dressing in that thing and somebody would have popped it as
Pow! And I'm skipping over a lot of things because it was really bad.
Yeah,
Like
it's just
me
food.
and Paul were in so much trouble.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, the cops would have been called. We would have been arrested because we started a riot. I promise you. It would have been, we started a big ruckus. So all went well. We graduate. And then, I don't know if they still do this now, but back then they had the senior cruise. So as soon as graduation ends, all the seniors get on this charter bus. They take you to some big lake and you get on a boat. And
Oh, so like a cruise ship cruise.
no, big cruise.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and they have karaoke and
Oh,
and it's just a
I
good
gotcha.
time, and the seniors get to do that, and you stay up all night and everything.
Sure.
Well, in order for me and Paul to do that, we had to have a parent with us.
Oh, you guys had some restrictions. Do you have to go to Canada now with the parent?
So
Just wondering.
Paul has his dad,
Mhm.
and my mom was like, "Nope, I'm not doing this. I'm calling your dad, Derek." And quick context. My dad left when I was 2, and by this time, I may have seen him a total of 6 times in my life.
Y'all gonna bond on this one.
And he drives in from North Carolina
Really?
to take me on this stupid boat.
Oh, well, that's kind of cool, I think.
I mean, it was cool. And he and I are great now.
Yeah.
And we put the past behind us. We really started building a relationship about 10, 15 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. But yeah, and then so we were able to do the cruise, and only after the cruise did we get our diploma. Like, we had to behave the whole way until we finally get back from the cruise, and they're like, "Here you go. Here's your
You know,
diploma."
As the cynical, sarcastic, smart aleck person that I am, I'd have been your dad. I think I would have been like, Derek, you know what this cruise is missing? And then I'd have just picked up some food, slung it.
Right next to me.
Let's go!
And I'm sitting there. Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
It's
Wasn't
him.
me.
It's him. This is where I get it from. This is genetics.
So that's how I graduated high school.
And that's how you get escorted everywhere.
And believe this,
Yeah.
in Maine,
Yeah,
they mispronounced my name.
that's weird.
And here's the other funny thing is
Derek Michelob.
Derek McCod. But the time comes where you have to go to the gym and you get your gown, and by name because there's certain sizes, and then you go get your hat, and then you go get your tassel, and you go to the tassel with your alphabet of your last name. So I go to the table, and I tell them my name. They're like,
That's weird.
you don't have a tassel.
This is not on here.
I was like, oh. They're like, you know what? Go check the honor roll table.
Turns out you're not on here at all. The honor roll.
I graduated with honors.
Did you really? So like, we don't see this. We expected you in the F department and
But
A's and B's.
Here's the craziest part about that is pre-heavy marijuana, freshman year, straight A's. I didn't have to barely read. I had this, if you can believe this,
I don't.
almost like a photographic memory. I just had so much attention. I could listen to the teacher, do the classwork, and pass tests. It came so easy to me. I was a math head, not a meth head, math head.
Yeah, different.
Sophomore year, not as good, but very strong.
Mm-hmm.
But the marijuana smoking is
starting to catch up.
Junior year,
You don't remember what happened?
And then senior year, I was failing classes. Senior year, I barely passed English, which you have to pass all 4 years of English so you don't graduate. I mean,
Right.
I squeaked by. The first 2 years of high school was so strong, I still graduated with honors.
That's interesting. And one more point I think that needs to be said is, so then apparently at this time, in your senior year, the weed was strong in the system. It was high with the Jedi.
I was hanging with the wrong crew.
You were with the high Jedi Knight, which is what's fascinating that you would choose to throw your food. I thought those guys were always hungry.
We had the munchies, man.
Say, man, you could have used that. You'd be like, look, my buddy was high. I was just trying to throw him some pickles. My man was hungry. He likes the pickles.
He was looking a little pale.
Yeah. I had 2 senior years.
I did not know that, no.
Yeah, I had 2 senior years, and I did the moonwalk across the stage when I got my diploma.
Nice.
So, it's true stories.
Did you take your shoes off so you can do them on your socks?
No,
because that's how I could do the moonwalk at one point in my life, but it had to be in socks on linoleum.
I had Sebagos. I don't know if you remember them. They were like really hard plastic doctor shoes. Really easy to slide on a surface.
All these stories of camping that we've talked about, Sebago Lake.
I knew it would tie back together.
That's what it does.
There's no way that it didn't.
And you know what? I think that's the only way to. Oh, wait a minute.
What happened?
Come on, Coach. I'm trying to be smooth. I promise you. It's not the first time I do this.
Do it.
Cannonball! Ooh, we broke a record.
Well,
this is the longest one we've done. And your
cool.
daughter was on here?
Yeah, she had a lot to say.
Do you think she's really happy that she did that?
I think she is. She's low key wanted to for a long time. She just didn't want to admit to it. And we just caught her in a weak moment.
Thanks for dealing with us, people.
It's too much fun.
Hey, we got a comment, or someone from some other state shared one of our posts.
Yeah, so from the Derek, and it was in Glendale, Arizona.
It was the Inkton Pierce episode.
And we were in several states because I've had people contact me from everywhere, and Canada included.
Yeah, well, I'm friends with Canada again.
Yes,
I have not tried going back, but
yeah, Montclair.
That's all good. All right, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Take care, y'all.
Do it.